Your cat's still trying to fucking steal my shit. Your cat's a cat burglar.
Yep.
She's trying to get into my handbag. There's fucking cat hair on this microphone now. I hate your
Bullshit. It's your own hair.
My hair is not that short unless I'm
Pubes.
unless I'm putting the pop filter down my pants. Hello, welcome to Mainly Murder with Meg and Mum. I am Meg. That idiot is Mum. Don't be fooled. It's not Muttley. It's Mum.
That was funny.
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah. Get out of my bag, you little fucker.
Well, you left it on her kitchen bench, so...
What are you doing? Hey,
Yeah, she's trying to open your bag. She's not an idiot. She's a cat.
give me something to throw at her.
No, don't you
Just throw
dare.
me mint slice at her.
I'll throw you at her.
She's fucking around with me. I've had that bag for years.
That's all right. She's just having a look.
Anyway, thank you
Anywho.
for thank you for listening.
Okay,
That was a great episode.
good story. That was the story about the cat in the bag.
It's
Oh,
like
cat's out of the bag.
the cat in the hat, but different. The cat turns into a dim sim. Anyway, today, as the title says, but you don't know what we're talking about. Today, we are talking about Colin Pitchfork. Don't look at me like that. We've talked about him twice now.
I know he's in one of the trivia questions.
Yes.
Yep.
Great. So, Colin Pitchfork was born on the 23rd of March 1960 in Littlethorpe, Leicestershire, England.
Oh.
His mother, Molly Pitchfork, was a group scout leader. Colin was a part of the first... Colin was a part of the first New Bold Verdon Scout group, which still runs today.
Oh.
He gained the Chief Scouts Award in September 1976. In August 1975, Colin and 3 other scouts were chosen to go to Leicestershire out of 1,600 scouts to go to the 14th World Scout Jamboree in Norway. In 1976, at the age of 16, Colin became an apprentice at Hampshire's bakery in Leicestershire. He became particularly skilled as a sculptor of cake decorations and had hoped eventually to start his own cake decorating business. In 1977, Colin was found guilty for exposing himself to a schoolgirl and was fined £30.
Oh, God. Is that all?
In 1979, Colin forced a 16-year-old
Oh.
girl into a field and sexually assaulted her.
Oh, glad you said this wasn't going to be a shit one.
On Valentine's Day in
Happy
1980,
Valentine's.
he exposed himself to 2 teenage girls and was given a year probation by the magistrates' court. In 1981, Colin married a social worker. Colin was described as an intelligent but socially awkward man. On the 21st of November 1983, 15-year-old Lynda Mann was heading home after babysitting. She left this house at around 7:30 p.m. Instead of taking the normal route home, she decided to take a shortcut. Though this was a shortcut, she had done this walk many, many times before. Lynda was described as being known for her quiet confidence, warm smile, who was gentle and responsible. Her parents said that she was a girl who never gave them any trouble. When she hadn't returned home, her parents started to look for her. Eventually, neighbours joined into the search as well. Sadly, the next morning, her body was found on a deserted footpath by a milkman. She had been raped and strangled.
Oh, yeah. Glad it wasn't going to be a disgusting story. You and I
It's
need
not
to...
gory.
Hang on.
You okay, my little
Let's
yellow
just-
wiggle?
Oh, yeah, bitch. Anyway, go on.
The
With your
milkman
disgusting story.
had spotted what he thought was just a bundle of clothes, but there was something that didn't sit right about it. The young girl had her skirt pushed up
Oh.
and her scarf had been knotted around her neck. She also had one shoe missing. At the time, DNA testing was not like it was now. Detectives didn't have what we can rely on now when it comes to investigations. There weren't cameras everywhere, everybody didn't have mobile phones that could be tracked, and they didn't even use forensic DNA yet. They relied on shoe prints, fibres such as hair and materials, and the public. Unfortunately, even the shoe prints couldn't be used in this case as it had started raining. The police took a sample of the semen and was able to determine that the killer had type A blood and an enzyme profile that matched about 10% of males.
Oh, well, that didn't really narrow it down for him,
Well, it
did it?
narrowed it down from 100%.
Oh.
In
True, I
October
suppose.
1985,
Bit aggressive, but yep.
Colin sexually assaulted a 16-year-old girl, threatening her with a screwdriver and a knife.
Jesus Christ.
In June 1986, Liz Knight got into Colin's car. He dropped her home and he said to her, "I haven't hurt you yet. How about a goodnight kiss?"
Uh-oh.
She refused and he said, "I bet you would never accept a lift from a stranger again."
Will she be alive to accept a lift from a stranger again?
Yes, she
Oh.
lived to quote that. On the 31st of July 1986, 15-year-old Dawn Ashworth left home to go and visit a friend, and she was expected to be home by 9:30 p.m. Dawn was described as bright, ambitious, and always in a rush. She was confident, quick-witted, and known for speaking her mind. When it got past 9:30 p.m., her parents called the police to report her missing. 2 days later, her body was found in a wooded area near a footpath called 10 Pound Lane. She had been hidden beneath branches and bushes just meters from the footpath. She had been savagely beaten, raped, and strangled.
Jesus Christ.
The semen sample from Dawn's body matched the sample from Lynda's. They had also been 15-year-old girls walking alone on secluded but very often used footpaths, which were walking distance apart, and they'd both been attacked in the same way. In Nick Indrawan's book, he describes the villages that the two murders happened. Quote, this is going to sound so fucking bogan. Narborough. N-A-R, borough. Narborough.
What, is this in Australia?
UK.
Oh, okay.
But it just sounds N-A-R, Narborough, and Enderby, two unassuming villages nestled in the pastoral heart of Leicestershire, often what many would have called the English ideal. Cobbled lanes, modest brick houses, gardens with washing lines, and children riding bicycles past hedgerows that curved like whispers.
Did that hit a nerve? Did that bring up a trauma for you? Kids riding bicycles?
You
Mm.
can suck my dick.
Rude.
They were riding bicycles past hedgerows that curved like whispers. These were places defined by community, not crime. The sort of town where everybody knew everybody by name,
God,
by
okay.
routine, by habit.
My favourite drink at Sam's Bar. Everybody knows your name. Cheers. Fucking, okay, don't worry.
Narborough.
Bar.
The police were under a huge amount of pressure. They had 2 murders, no suspect, no motive, and everybody in the community wanted
Loved
answers.
Raymond. Nope. Okay.
Within a few days, a local...
It's funny how I don't really hang shit on, like ones in Australia are too close to home and stuff I know, and I can't get smart-assy about them. But other ones, I got no problem.
Yeah, because you're a judgy bitch.
Yeah.
Within a few days, a local 17-year-old boy named Richard Buckland was arrested. He was described as having learning difficulties and had the developmental age of someone much younger than 17. He was known to walk the same routes that Lynda and Dawn were found murdered on. The police interrogated him for days about what he had supposedly done to Dawn. His timeline of events changed multiple times. Richard asked for breaks, cried, and at one point had curled up into the corner of the room shaking. On the 10th of August, Richard was charged with the rape and murder of Dawn Ashworth. Even though he told the police details that didn't match the crime scene, he said the body was left in a different spot, and he claimed to give her injuries that she didn't have. They still arrested him.
Seriously?
Yep.
How?
Because they
Like
wanted
he'll
it.
do.
Yeah, pretty much. In 1984, Dr. Alec Jeffries was about to change the world. He worked in the...
I don't know, you just made it sound a bit dramatic.
Well, he did. He
changed
changed
the world.
He changed the world. He changed...
Colours of the world. Light up the...
Every girl, light up. Anyway, this is not the Spice Girls.
Okay.
He worked in the Department of Genetics at Leicester University. For years, Dr. Jeffries had been studying the small sequence of DNA that varied in each individual. Dr. Jeffries had discovered a pattern unique to each person but consistent within families while reviewing an X-ray image of DNA gel. DNA gel.
Do you want to put your teeth in?
This was the ability to distinguish one human from another with certainty. Dr. Jeffries received a call to help with a case. A man had confessed to murdering Dawn Ashworth but denied murdering Lynda Mann, and he agreed to help them. He was sent samples of the blood and semen collected from both crime scenes, as well as samples collected from Richard Buckland. It took weeks, but they discovered that Richard's DNA did not match the samples from the crime scene.
Oh, okay.
Detective Chief Superintendent David Baker was at the police headquarters when he unfolded a map of the region. He marked out each house that there was a man aged between 17 and 34 years old. Every man in this area was asked to volunteer a sample of his blood or saliva.
Why I knew the name. He was caught up just because he was in the area.
Wow. In the area, there were over 4,000 men. Testing hubs were set up in community halls and police stations where the men could come in and nurses took their blood and sent them off to Dr. Jeffries and his team. There were months of testing, and so far, none of these men matched the sample from the crime scene.
Mm-hmm.
Then one night at a pub in Leicester, a man named Ian Kelly had one too many drinks.
Oh, Ian.
And told his co-workers that he had taken the test for one of his friends. His friend, who didn't want to get tested but needed his name marked off the list, was Colin Pitchfork.
Oh.
One of the pub staff reported what he had overheard to the police, and detectives brought Ian in for questioning. He gave police Colin's name and they looked up his record, which included his indecent exposures.
Oh, dear.
The police then paid Colin a visit and collected his DNA, and it was a match.
Oh, shit. There you go. No wonder he didn't want to give it to him.
Yeah. On the 19th of September 1987, Colin was arrested. When police confronted him with his sample matching those taken from the crime scene, he simply said, "I'm responsible for both murders."
Oh, okay.
Over the next several hours, he explained what he had done in such a detached fashion. He told them how he had spotted Lynda and parked his car, then followed her down the footpath and waited before he attacked her. Then explaining how he did nearly the exact same thing to Dawn. He also told the police how after each murder, he went home
and had a wank
and baked a cake.
Oh, I thought for sure to have a wank.
Nope, baked a cake.
No, okay.
According to an article in the Irish Sun, Colin had one of his young sons in the car who was sleeping.
When he killed someone?
He left him in the car while he murdered Lynda and then returned home and put his baby to bed.
Oh, that was fatherly.
Father of the Year, Colin
Correct.
Pitchfork.
Yep.
There was no need for a trial as they had the DNA evidence and Colin pleaded guilty. Colin was given 2 life sentences.
Good, yep.
On the 22nd of April 2016, Colin's case was heard by the Parole Board for England and Wales. Advocates gave evidence about his improved character and how he was now an expert at transcribing music into Braille.
Oh, okay. That's an interesting skill.
That's cool, but shouldn't get you out of jail.
Cool story, but you're still a murderer.
His application for release was
denied.
Refused. On the 3rd of May 2018, Colin's application for parole was
denied.
Refused again. On the 1st of September 2021,
denied.
Colin was released from prison on
for
parole.
Fuck's sake. How did he get parole?
I don't know, but by November, he was back in prison.
Of course he was.
For breaching his parole by approaching young women while on walks.
Oh my God, creepy little.
Detective Chief Superintendent David Baker, who was by this point had retired, said that Colin Pitchfork is a psychopath and it will never be safe for him to be released.
Yet they did.
In June 2023, it was made public that Colin would be released again on parole.
How?
Thankfully, it was intervened, and in December 2023, his parole was denied.
Good.
A quote about this case by author Ricky Indrawan, who wrote the book, The Unsolved Murder of Lynda Mann and Dawn Ashworth, the Colin Pitchfork case that transformed criminal investigation. He had a lovely quote in it.
That was a big title.
It's a big book. I don't know if it's a big book, but
You fucking idiot.
He
It's a big
said,
book.
for the girls who walked home through quiet lanes, never imagining the dark that waited. For the children who became cautionary tales in places that promised safety. For the parents who stayed up until dawn praying that this night would not be that night. For the men wrongly accused whose name carried shame they did not earn. And for the scientists who refused to let silence be the final answer. To Lynda, Mann and Dawn Ashworth, whose lives were stolen, but whose names ignited a revolution in justice. This book remembers you not as statistics or case numbers, but as daughters, dreamers, and lives that mattered.
Oh, that was nice.
It is. So now I knew that wasn't going to be long enough for a whole episode.
Clearly.
So I thought I'd look into the first DNA case in Australia.
Oh, in Australia.
Australia.
Australia, mate.
So the first one in Australia that used DNA to convict somebody was Desmond Appleby.
Oh, old Appleby.
In February and March 1988, there was a serial rapist going around Canberra who was using a knife during his attacks. At this point, he had attacked 3 women. One of these women was the daughter of an Australian diplomat.
Okay.
A known suspect named Desmond Appleby fit the physical description of the rapist and was known to use weapons in past crimes. Desmond had over 70 prior convictions.
If you reckon if people could see my hands and stuff when you're 70, you look like a Mamma Mia speaking.
I know I talk with my hands a lot, but we've got no like ethnic in us. That
You
included
may have.
you're
I
disgusting.
have in the past.
Same homegirl.
Any-
That included kidnap, physical and sexual assault, malicious wounding, wounding with intent to murder, arson, and armed robbery. Why the fuck was this guy out? I hear you ask.
Megan, why was this guy out?
Thank you. Give me a street.
Street.
I was going more like those improv shows, but you were just like, give me an A. You're a fucking idiot.
You said, give me a street. I gave you a street. Street.
Anyway, Desmond
Anywho, what else do you want? I'm here all day. Throw the
fucking
veal.
brain cells would be great.
Oh, dear.
Desmond had just served nearly 15 years for arson.
Oh, okay.
He had set fire to his parents' house while his parents were still inside.
Oh, that's a bit rude.
The police in New South
Don't
Wales...
get any ideas, all right? I can see your mind ticking. Shit.
The police in New South Wales had arrested him over a separate matter when he was... and when they searched his car, the police found a balaclava and some guns.
Oh, okay.
When questioned, Desmond claimed that at the time of one of the rapes, he had actually been unconscious due to a fainting spell, a
Oh.
fainting attack.
What, needed a bit of sugar?
He said the next thing he remembered was that he woke up in hospital. The doctor who saw him shortly afterwards said that he didn't find symptoms of a fainting episode. One of the victims identified Desmond from a photo lineup, but she wasn't able to able to identify him from an identification parade. At this time, forensic DNA had not been used in any Australian cases. But Australia, just like the rest of the world, had just heard about the DNA being used to convict Colin Pitchfork in the UK.
Okay.
The police had samples from the rape cases and samples from Desmond and hand-delivered them to Dr. Alec Jeffrey's company in the UK. They came back saying that the samples were a match. Technicians from the lab were flown over to Canberra to testify at Desmond's trial. This is when Desmond changed his story from that he didn't actually black out. The sex was consensual.
Oh, okay.
The jury went away for 30 minutes
Had
and
a laugh
returned
and came
with
back and went, fuck weird.
with a
sorry.
guilty verdict,
Bit
and
far away from
Desmond
me.
was sentenced to 10 years in prison.
Mm-hmm.
I knew that wasn't going to be enough.
Oh, but wait, there's more.
But wait, there's more. I also looked at the first DNA conviction in the USA,
Right.
which was Tommy Lee Andrews.
Okay.
There was a serial rapist going around Orange County. On the 21st of February 1987,
February is a big month for killers, isn't it?
Yeah. Karen Munro was at home while
How's it go?
On the 21st of February 1987, Karen Munro was at home while her 2 young daughters were asleep in their room. A man entered her home through her daughter's bedroom window and jumped on her while holding a sharp object to her throat. He put a sleeping bag over her head and said he would kill her if she looked at him. The man was trying to choke her. During the struggle, Karen received cuts to her face, neck, legs, and feet.
God.
He then raped her and stole her purse. She never saw the man's face, but fingerprints were lifted from the window screen, as well as a couple had seen a man peeking into her windows around the house. The police were called, and there was now a police chase, which ended in the suspect crashing his car.
Oh.
The police knew about the case of Colin Pitchfork and that had just occurred in the UK. They sent off samples from the attack and from their suspect to a genetic company, and it came back as a match. The suspect was Tommy Lee Andrews. Through DNA, Tommy was then linked to more than a dozen other rapes.
Oh, shit.
On the 6th of November 1987, he was sentenced to more than 100 years combined.
Wow.
And that is the
DNA.
story of DNA.
DNA.
I was going to go into how DNA was, it just hurt my brain.
No.
Not me.
Yes, you. No, couldn't it be me? Then who stole the cookie from the cookie jar?
You've been hanging out with your grandson too often.
I don't think that's possible.
Oh, he is cute though. Anyway, but yeah, that was Colin Pitchfork and Desmond Appleby and Tommy Lee Andrews, and they all got convicted because of DNA. Who stole the cookie from the cookie? It's got the same vibe.
Right.
Thank you for listening to this little mini episode. If you'd like to follow us on Instagram, it's mainly_murder. If you'd like to follow us on TikTok, it's mainly_murder. If you'd like to email us, it's
MainlyMurderPodcast@gmail.com.
Yes, she's finally
It's the
learned
only one
it.
I know.
Nearly 40 episodes in, and you finally learnt our email.
Whatever.
Yeah, so we'll catch you next time. See you later, alligator.
In a while, crocodile.
There was a meme during all the Diddy trials, like, see you later, crocodile. No.
See you later, crocodile.
It was like, see you later, alligator. It'd be like, in a while,
Crocodile.
pedophile.
Oh, okay. Yep, fair enough.
Yep. Oh, I keep forgetting you have cats and they just move, so it's...
Black and white.
She has a name. It was Abby.
Abby Tabby.
Abby Tabby.
Little
You're
Abby,
the best.
Abby. About 5 years.
Wow.
Little Abster Tabster.
That's cool.
Yeah, that was a cool story.
Cool story.
They don't seem very big.
They don't.
They don't. Maybe you can't hear me.
Yeah, that's going to come up great, you fucking idiot.
Can you hear?
That's good. Look how close together they are.
Oh, no.
Okay, goodbye.
Look at it. It's just like one big line.